the hour. Let's start right up and respect the time of those that jumped on early. My name is Dwayne Eddings, founder of HLC Lifestyles. Just to tell you a little bit about why we jumped into this program. We jumped into this program dealing with travel. We came from the travel background, and we got a chance to lock arms with a couple of major leaders that I had the opportunity to work with in the previous project. So when we got the phone call,
this meeting is being recorded.
And checking everything out, it made absolute sense to us. They had an opportunity to work with the legendary icon himself, Mr. Holton Buggs, and you'll hear all the stories from my guest speaker, who'll be breaking it all down for you. But I'll tell you, I started immediately making phone calls to different leaders all across the country that we have relationships with. Guys, you all know this business is all about relationship marketing. And one of the couples I want you to hear from this evening is a couple out of Boston, Massachusetts. I had an opportunity to work with them in a previous project. Both of them are documented six-figure earners. They got to the top of the program. As a matter of fact, the first out of Boston, Massachusetts to get to the top of the program in a previous project. I expect nothing less from them than duplicate that success again in this project. So proud to be working with them and locking arms with them hand in hand. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you one of our new leaders coming aboard. Our new project is Mark and Kiet Bordley out of Boston, Massachusetts. Mark, Kiet, are you available?
Can you hear me, Dwayne?
Hear you loud and clear. The call is yours.
Okay, great. I don't know if Mark jumped on. He's out of the house right now, but I am so super excited. It's been a while for Mark and I, and of course you called, and you know how I feel about you. And people, if you don't know Dwayne Eddings, he's somebody I have a tremendous amount of respect for. In our previous project, we were not in the same line of sight, if you will. He wouldn't make money off of us if he helped us. And without a doubt, as a leader, he was always there for us. He was always willing to lend a helping hand. And honestly, we followed him around, just newbies in the business. So, Dwayne, I really wanted to give it back to you. Thank you so much. I'm just super excited, and I'm ready to hear the information.
Excellent. Mark, will you jump on?
Hey, D, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to jump on real quick. Kind of stuck at work. It's a little bit loud. I stepped away for a sec. But, this was a no-brainer. This was a no-brainer. You're talking about the biggest name in the industry, and it's just starting. And now we hooked up with some old friends. Dwayne, without saying, bro, we love you to death, man. You and your lovely wife. I mean, we've always been connected. So, like I said, this was just a no-brainer. And, first move is advantage. So here we are, ready to rock.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Definitely welcome both of you guys to the squad and looking to do some big, big things. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a guest on this webinar, on this call, I want to introduce to you a gentleman that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. This gentleman is a documented seven-figure earner. That's right, cash flowed over $1 million in this industry on various projects. We had a chance to work with him side by side, share the stage with him in a previous travel program, and we became great friends. And as I mentioned earlier, this is all about relationship marketing. When I got the
assessing a business project, they put emphasis on the company. And when I'm talking about the company, I'm talking about in terms of like the leadership. And so let me start out with that criteria first. By the way, there are 5. Okay, you got the company, you got the need in the marketplace, you got the product, you have the compensation plan, and then of course you have the timing. Those are areas we're going to hit. Now, when I evaluated this business project, I was extremely excited, guys. Why? Because this project has been able to attract some of the greatest minds in the industry to come together at the top of their game within their profession and join forces, guys. Here's what I mean. In the travel space, Mr. David Manning, folks, is like his space. Why? This gentleman has owned one of the most successful global licensed and bonded travel companies in the world. And his business has done over $1 billion in sales over the last 18 years. And here's a gentleman that literally built it from the ground up, guys. Okay? This gentleman has taken that model and he's partnered up with a gentleman whose brand is behind none other in the home-based business community. We're talking about Mr. Holton Buggs, a gentleman from a single position within a company, literally in the last 10 years has earned over $110 million from the comfort of his own home. In the last 10 years, folks, that span from a beginning of a launch of a project through the first 10 years, this gentleman has helped more families become millionaires than any other company in the history of network marketing. And so they've come together because Mr. Manning has such an amazing product, and Mr. Buggs always simply said, he said, look, I told myself I was going to become a billionaire by the age of 50. He said, I have 3.5 years left. And of course, he was looking for an idea that he could literally change the lives of people, folks. But of course, here's a gentleman that has averaged $1.3 million a month over the last 10 years in a previous project. He said, well, if I could generate $3 billion of sales in my organization for another company, just imagine what I can do for myself and empower other people. You see, the company that he was a part of, folks, the only reason that he maxed out at $1.3 million a month was because he designed the compensation plan to only pay out $1 million a month. And so he and Mr. Manning got together, and they took this amazing software product that has, it's a proprietary software that has an algorithm built in it where it literally searches the entire travel industry to find the lowest prices available and make them available to their customers. Now, you might think of this and you say, well, wow, that's a very, very unique idea. It automatically does a comparison with the likes of Priceline and Expedia so that you can, right in front of you, see the savings that you can capitalize on. And they looked at it, folks. So here, once again, you got an 18-year-old infrastructure, and you got the #1 network marketer in the world coming together to create this amazing business project. We're in the true formulation stage of this idea. Now, let's talk a little bit about the need and the product itself, folks. You see, when people hear about travel, they get excited. But from a business perspective, quite often people say things like, well, you know what, the travel industry is saturated. Guys, this is an $8 trillion a year industry estimated to grow to over $15 trillion just in the next decade alone. You see, I saw the statistics showing that in the last 5 years, there have been more cruise ships built than in the last 50 years combined. You see, we don't have shortages of, you don't see rental car companies and airlines going out of business. If you see them partner up, it's because they want to gain more of a monopoly against the competitors. And when I looked at this travel industry, I said, wow, that's a huge playground, especially since it's the #1 research word on the internet. So I'm sure you'll agree with me that there's a tremendous need. Well, what the company is offering is a product that has a major game changer. We're literally changing the way that people go out and do business. I was speaking with a gentleman on yesterday. This gentleman happens to be a travel agent, okay? He's been a travel agent for 30-plus years. And this gentleman was going on to share with me. He was sitting down with one of our distributors, and he was amazed at how low of the more than what I found, because no one has been able to do that. And this gentleman went ahead and told me about a single hotel that they looked at where just for a hotel room for 3 nights, our product literally saved this person $300. So he wanted to understand a little bit more about it, guys. And I share that to say that, look, we are disrupting the entire travel industry in the way that we do business. I shared with that gentleman, I said, just imagine a business model. You do very well, but you take up a lot of your time as a traditional travel agent. I said, what we're able to do is we're able to go out and give this website to our friends and family members. They're automatically able to see how we dominate prices in terms of any competitor that has huge brands that we've known about for years. And we put the customers in a position where they're able to save money, and we're in a position where we're able to make money because we help them save money. You see, that's our product. That is our product without going into details. See, I'm not going to go into a lot of details. Why? Because we asked Mr. and Mrs. Bortley to literally hand select some individuals that were visionaries, and all they ever wanted to be is in the right place at the right time. Guys, we have that. If you've never felt that you've been in the right place at the right time before, we're going to take that away from you. But even better than being in the right place at the right time is being with the right leadership team, the likes of Mr. and Mrs. Bortley, the likes of Mr. Dwayne Eddings, my business partner, also Mr. Spencer Iverson, guys, who you guys will eventually hear from. Here's a gentleman who's an attorney by trade. He's an attorney by trade. He's been a professional sports agent. He's branded people, folks. He's been, a documented 6-figure a month earner in this industry, made over $1 million a year. And he's even owned his own company. The list goes on and on as a distinguished author, guys. But that's the leadership that we have. He and I were both flown in to sit down with Mr. David Manning, Mr. Peter Hirsch, and Mr. Holton Buggs to evaluate this business project. And as a result, you guys are actually all on this line here today. Okay? Now let's go ahead and talk a little about the compensation plan. Here's what I love about the compensation plan. People say, well, what's different about it? This is one of the most aggressive compensation plans I've ever seen in the last 17 years of me being a part of this amazing industry. Guys, number one, we have such an amazing, robust compensation plan that the first way that we generate revenue has nothing to do with building an organization. In the next 6 months to a year, there will be individuals earning $10, $20, $30, $50,000 a year without ever recruiting a person into this home-based business, guys. That is the way that Holton Buggs actually wanted it. I'm so glad that he took a look at this product with this unique algorithm, because before Mr. David Manning literally was marketing this product, and there were people out there paying $39.95 a month, religiously paying $39.95 a month, thousands of people just to have this access. But when Mr. Holton Buggs put his eyes on it, he said, no, we're going to give this to customers for free. We're going to give it to them for free, and we're going to make money when we help them save money. We're going to get paid off the savings. Here's the unique thing about it. We ran the data, and here's what we found. The average person per year saves about $600 on their travel. About $600. So the first way that we generate revenue is Mr. Buggs put a system together where he simply says, look, we're going to go out there, we're going to sit down with our friends and family members, we're going to let them see we're going to send them what we call a boomerang. That's a website where they're able to customize their website to how they like it, but in addition to it, they automatically see the savings against the competitors. And when they go out there, let's say they save $600 on a trip. It doesn't matter if it's one trip. I don't care if it's 10 trips, but they save a total of $600 in a year. You're going to receive 50% of that in a commission, so that's $300. So if you only have one customer, you just made $300. Well, what if you actually gave that free web portal to 10 people who book travel and save an average of $600 a year? That's an extra $3,000 you generated. Spare time, part-time, you didn't have to sell them anything. You showed them where they can actually have savings, and the commissions boomerang back to you. Well, let's go on a more moderate approach. Let's just imagine you went out $30,000, guys, but you don't even have an organization. Okay? Those are a few examples of the way you generate income through our customer acquisition program. But I also love the fact that the company has put together a business model that pays out fixed streams of residuals and passive income, folks, as we're able to go out there and attract people to this program. It's extremely aggressive. It's so aggressive that Mr. Bugs designed it where there will be people in the next 12 to 18 months making over $5 million per month. You see, that's the reason why we're able to attract such incredible people like the Eddings to the business project, guys. That's the reason why we're able to attract the likes of Mr. and Mrs. Bordley, and the list goes on and on of superstars that are so attracted to this model. Last but not least, I want to talk about the timing. I want to talk a little bit about the timing, and then we're going to wrap this up. Again, folks, in 17 years in the home-based business arena, before that I was a computer engineer. I was fortunate to do very well at a young age, earning a strong six-figure income. But guys, understand I was introduced to this home-based business arena, and within 2 years and 4 months, I was blessed to earn six figures from home in this industry while I was still a computer engineer earning six figures. Over the last 17 years, I've been blessed to make upwards of $2.5 million. But guys, this is the very first time that I can truly say that timing, positioning, and leadership has all aligned itself within a single project. You see, the first company that I was a part of, I stayed in that company for 8 years, guys. That's when I made my first $1 million in that company. I was so impressed when I thought about what attracted me to that company. I was like, wow. I said, you know what? What attracted me was the fact that there were people from all walks of life, okay? And they were earning six figures from home. It didn't matter if you were a barber, you could be a butcher. They had hundreds of examples of people making six figures from home. And the company had been around for 32 years. And from my mindset, I was simply saying things like, man, if all of these people can go out there and obtain that success, I can do it too. But knowing what I know now and understanding what Harvard School of Business talks about these 5 criteria, if I was evaluating a project like that, here's what the words that come out of my mouth. I missed it. You see, there are a lot of people who are in the right place, you get in there at the wrong time. And then there are a lot of people that might be, they might be in the wrong place as well. We encounter these type of things as we go on. So the second business project I was partnered up in a company called Organo Gold. That was with Mr. Holton Buggs. I sat down with this gentleman. He casted his amazing vision. Guys, we went on and we had massive success, hit the top of that compensation plan, but it was so hard just trying to keep the consistency, guys. Here's what I realized. You see, I was so excited because here was a company that had only been around for 4 years before I partnered up in the company. And I was like, yes, at least it's not 32 years that the company's been around, right? So we went out and literally the first 18 months was earning over $200,000 a year, just creating success, and then it leveled out. But here's what I noticed. Within a 10-month span, the company went from over 200,000 distributors to over 1.5 million distributors, took it worldwide. You know what I realized? I was excited about getting a closer position of equity, but I missed it. I missed the window. And then I learned about this amazing travel industry, guys. I had an amazing opportunity to partner up with Mr. David Manning and Mr. Dwayne Eddings. I mean, we went and we had so much fun and had so much success within this travel project. All we really needed was we needed to have more leadership who could take this product worldwide. We needed a product that we didn't have to worry about booking because, in some countries it's illegal for people to become travel agents. We needed a product that we could literally take throughout the world and have the inventory to attract everyone. And then along came now Mr. Holton Buggs, guys. This gentleman has came with this unique idea to take this thing around the world, and you have an opportunity to secure your position of equity in this project before the company officially launches on March the 11th. On March 11th, this company will officially launch, guys. That's when the name of the project will be unveiled. myself, Mr. Eddings, folks, a lot of the leaders, we're flying into Houston, Texas on next Friday. We're going to actually visit Mr. Bugg's home and have a leadership meeting out there, guys. His 28,000 square feet mansion, where his master bedroom is 8,000 square feet. We're going to be able to take a look at his car collection, folks, and just looking at it and saying, wow, here's a gentleman that is directing our company, and he earned all of this success through a business model in this industry, the home-based business industry, and now he's launching his own. On that Saturday, we're going to have the official kickoff for the company, guys. Thousands of people will be in attendance when the name is unveiled for the company. And then on March 11th, it's on your mark, get set, go. Guys, in the next 12 months, you will hear of people making $5 million per month. So the question is, why not you? You have timing on your side, you have positioning, and you have leadership. Okay? So thank you guys very much for giving me a portion of your time. I understand you can get with Mr. Eddings. He'll let you know what that for tonight. You can lock in your position for only $49.95, guys. Okay? And then you'll be able to select one of 3 product packs. Either our coach, our business class, or our first class. The difference is, first of all, the value proposition is amazing. You get started with our $250 coach package. The company's going to start you out with 10 bank boomerangs where you can send to customers. But in addition to it, the company is going to pay you 10% on our binary compensation plan where we're building 2 teams. Every week, the company's going to look at all of the production that you get from spillover from your timing, as well as the production that you went and built a team on, and they're going to pay you 10% of that production every single week. And then the company says if you get started at our business class, it's a one-time $500 investment, guys. But now we're going to start you out with 25 boomerangs, and we're going to pay you 12% on the same amount of work that we would have paid you 10%. Okay? And then last but not least is our first class. Our company says, look, it's a one-time investment of $1,000, guys. You see, the company is going to literally give you 50 boomerangs. 50 boomerangs comes along with this package where you can go out and acquire 50 customers immediately. And now the company says, we're going to pay you 20% on the binary on the same amount of work that you could have gotten 12% or 10%, guys. And I don't know about you, but if a person offered me an opportunity to get paid 10% or 20%, I'm going to choose that 20% all day long, okay? You pay $49.95 tonight to lock in your package, and then anywhere between tomorrow, which is the 1st of March, through the 11th, folks, you'll have an opportunity to select whatever product pack that meets your vision, okay? So thank you very much, Mr. Eddings, for having an opportunity to share this information with these dynamic leaders. And with that, sir, I'm going to turn the call back over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. We appreciate you, man, for sharing what you share. Guys, listen, at 9 p.m., if you're a guest on this webinar, you can hear from the CEO